as we leave 2025 and enter 2026, Xenoverse 2 is going to be coming with us into the next year. In fact, Xenoverse 2 might be getting so much content that we'll actually get a DLC in 2027, depending on when they choose to release the new anime or the movies. That is ridiculous. And then we're going to get DLC Future Saga Chapter 4, like much later on in the year, maybe all the way up to September. But I have to ask, what is Xenoverse 2 going to do in its next year? And is the next year going to be the final year for this game, so we can actually move on to a new Dragon Ball project with custom characters? Or are we going to just say goodbye to Xenoverse forever? Hello everyone, it's me again, Steve here, back to more Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and I just wanted to talk about a few things of Xenoverse 2 that I can imagine that they'll do in 2026. Now let's go things that we know for a fact are confirmed. The Genkai Matsuri and the next DLC. I want to cover these two things first because obviously, well, it's not even just Dragon Ball games, it's the whole anime. At the new stage showcase for the Genkai Matsuri, we're going to 100% be getting a new movie or anime project reveal. And I think it's safe to say, no matter what, without a shadow of a doubt, depending on when this project releases, Xenoverse 2 will 1,000,000% get more DLC for it, because again, we got Dragon Ball Daima stuff in Xenoverse 2. Like, the content gap in Xenoverse 2 is so big, by the way. I want to point out, this is when the Dragon Ball Super anime ended, like all the way back here. And then they started giving us movie characters for the first movie. We got movie characters for the second movie. Then we got Daima characters. It's safe to say Xenoverse's content will also take into account what the next anime project is going to be. So we might still actually get content in 2027 if the content comes out really late in the year. But I'm going to assume that maybe, most likely, it's not going to go that far. So let's take it easy. We do know one thing. The Genkai Matsuri will obviously probably most likely be the announcement for where we're going to get Future Saga Chapter 4 stuff, because we are on Future Saga Chapter 3 now. Future Saga Chapter 3 was pretty good. I think everyone and their dad is like, yeah, I only had 2 playable DLC characters and didn't have any transformations. For the most part, as a DLC, it provides worthwhile content to the player base, and that's completely fine. That's completely valid. It's not like Future Saga Chapter 2 where, like, bro, let's not even talk about Chapter 2. But Future Saga Chapter 3 is very, very good. Obviously, we'll be getting an announcement for Future Saga Chapter 4, and Future Saga Chapter 4 will, I want to assume it'll do its part, because the tease for it is kind of interesting, but I do hope it's actually a DLC that has a new transformation. I don't care if the transformation is just a Saiyan exclusive one again, like Super Saiyan Blue or Super Saiyan 4 or something like that, right? Because, to be honest, Beast and Ultra Instinct, for the most part, as transformations are kind of unusable. I don't think that's an issue of them being, like, multi-race transformations. I think that's just an issue with the way they chose to balance them. But Beast and Ultra Instinct are kind of unusable transformations. When all the transformations are Saiyan exclusive, like Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue Evolved, they always worked, they were just good. So I'm completely okay with them just doing, like, Super Saiyan 4, because, again, we still need Super Saiyan 4 Daima. That's the new hype transformation, and they haven't added it to any of the games yet. Although, to be fair, they never added Potential Awakened or Orange Mood for the Namekians. So, who's to say, right? Maybe they're just done with race-exclusive transformations. Maybe everything will be universal now, which means we won't get SJ4 Daima, and the transformation we'll most likely get will be like an Ultra Superhero transformation, since the opposite of this color, if you just reverse the color, is actually green. And green was the teased color for the Future Saga Chapter 4 DLC. So maybe it'll be Ultra Superhero Goku. I can imagine them doing something corny like that. Or it'll be a transformation exclusive to all the custom characters, because we'll get like a hero crystal in our chest instead of like a supervillain crystal or something. Who knows, man? And that's pretty much it for the definitely confirmed things that we're going to be getting in the next update, because I don't even know which characters we're going to be getting. I accurately predicted, by the way, that we were going to be getting a transforming Broly and a Frieza for DLC Chapter 3. I have no idea what we're going to be getting for Chapter 4. So, guys, my powers of being a prophet, they are not at full swing right now. You're gonna have to give me a bit. But if you like what you see so far, then leave a like on the video. You know, subscribers are greatly supports the channel. And yeah, let's talk about things that the Genkai Matsuri will have, or the rest of the year is going to have, that Xenoverse 2 could potentially also benefit from. That is not confirmed, but my prophet powers are going to be going into overdrive for this one. Now, since it's going to obviously take a very long time before Future Saga Chapter 4 releases, since we just got Chapter 3, and especially because the leaked end date for, like, what the Future Saga Chapter Pack was, like, September, something ridiculous like that, I do want to remind you guys that the Daima DLC releasing actually did, like, I'm not going to say it blocked Future Saga Chapter 3 from existing, but they did use it to pad out time for Future Saga Chapter 3, and maybe that's why that DLC turned out so good, right? Because the Daima DLC was just, you know, no story missions, just 2 characters, just parallel quests, you're good to go, right? They used it as padding for Future Saga Chapter 3, so maybe the same thing will happen with Future Saga Chapter 4, where the movies probably won't have a story mode yet. I say yet because they did turn Super Hero and DBS Broly into like stories in Xenoverse. It took them a while to do that, especially with Broly, but they did eventually do it. So who knows how they'll go with the pacing or the padding of DLC releases. But I imagine that they'll probably not add the story modes for whatever movie or anime comes out soon. Because again, Daima doesn't even have a story mode yet. They might add it later. Actually, that's another thing. They might add it later. You know what? Future Saga Chapter 4 or whatever the new DLC is that releases with the new anime project. The first part might be Daima. Then the second part will be the new stuff. Because they like doing that. So the DLC is always split up into multiple parts. Even with Future Saga Chapter 3, the first part is like sort of DBS Broly, and then the second part is just Golden Frieza as like a boss fight. So I actually can't wait to see how they tackle that. When it comes to content after that, though, I have zero idea what they're gonna do. I think the most reasonable thing to do would obviously be to kind of buff some of the characters. Now again, my demand would be to make every character playable a custom partner. Because even though custom partners have kind of fallen behind, like a good example is like look at custom partner Gohan's presets compared to his literal first preset. I want to remind you guys, the first preset is always the one of the lowest stats. It's literally intentionally always the worst ones for a lot of these characters. But the custom partner presets are actually falling behind in stats now because the game hates us, I guess. I still think it's good if all of these characters got custom partner presets, because for some characters, a good example is Janemba. It doesn't matter how damn high the stats are. The custom partner saves these characters. Because Janemba has stats like this, and he's trash. The custom partner giving him new moves, new ultimates, new super attacks, new super souls, all of these things, right? That saves these characters. Z Broly is a good example. He's like a super tank with his regular preset, but his stamina is so trash, and his super soul holds him back so bad it's unrealistic. But the moment you get the custom partner preset, you can give him great damage, great super soul, customize the super attacks to synergize better with him. These characters, bro, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is garbage. He's horrible. Maybe one of the only Dragon Ball games where you can actually say Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta sucks. But the moment you get the custom preset, doesn't matter what it does to his stats. It gives him a good super soul, gives him good moves. It saves this guy. Goku Black, low damage, custom partner preset, fixes his damage issue. Regular Zamasu, high damage but terrible speed, custom partner preset. You can give him moves that have speed. Fused Zamasu, low damage, low speed, no custom partner variant. Huh? Imagine how much Aura Slide would save this guy's build. Anytime you miss a hit, Aura Slide. Anytime you go for a back hit, Aura Slide. Just Aura Slide alone would save this man. Disregard the rest of the moves. If you just have Aura Slide, this man would be so much better, but they refuse to give it to him. It's so tragic. So again, I think one of the main general buffs you can always provide to this game, no matter what, is custom partner. Okay, I spent a lot of time ranting about that, but I've always been really passionate about how custom partner, like the custom partner feature, like just saves like a lot of characters in this game, right? So many characters in this game are done so well by the custom partner presets that not having them, especially when they're long-time characters, when they're popular characters, like Frieza. Oh, let's make a first one Frieza instead. No! No! You know? So many characters would be saved by just having this, but they get screwed over. So that's why it's such an important detail to me. Honestly, other than custom partner stuff, I'm not sure what other updates they could do, because let's take examples for when Dragon Ball had no content going on. After they released Dragon Ball Super Broly, and we got obviously Gogeta and Broly as characters, they just started adding in characters that we didn't get before, like Ribrianne, both of the other forms for Vegeta, which, you know, this one should have just been in the Super Broly movie, but whatever. They gave us Oob because he wasn't playable. They did the Fighters collab with 21. They gave us Supreme Kai Time finally playable into the game. Pycon, who was very highly requested, even though no one used him after he came out, as well as Turpo, who was a very like prominent character in Tournament of Power as well. They started just giving us characters basically who really should have been playable from the beginning, or characters who were just not in the game when they should have been in the game when they got added as DLC. That's what they started doing. Same with Khalif, like KO, super popular characters. If anything, this actually also applies to Kefla and Baby. Baby should have been in the game. I don't know why Baby's Great Ape form has been in Xenoverse 1 since the beginning. And Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta and Gogeta were also in Xenoverse 1. But for some reason, Baby, who's the most popular GT villain, take a hike. Super 17, oh, he gets to be in. Omega Shonen, he gets to be in. You, the most liked GT villain? No. So, the most they could do is just go back to adding in characters they didn't add in before. But the problem is now, you can only do this when there's an interesting character in that DLC, because I'll be real, no one's gonna probably buy Pycon no matter how much they beg for him. People will buy the guy who uses Hakai, because even if they don't like Turpo, they know they could put Hakai on their custom character. So if you guys have any interesting recommendations, let me know for potential DLC characters. And remember, you can't just say, oh, they can add Garlic Jr., because Garlic Jr., other than like Dead Zone, that's the only thing I can imagine. That's the only thing people would want for the custom characters. If you're going to add a character in, you have to remember that they have to at least have a hype move that people would want on their custom characters, because that's the name of the game. This whole game is custom characters. So, yeah, I think this game can only do a really bad or uninteresting character if it comes with a very hype character alongside it, or if it comes with very interesting moves alongside it. So that's probably their main way to do DLC while they wait for more content, you know, after they're done with whatever the new anime project is. And like, here's a good one, Goma, right? They might do Goma. Goma's a bit big, but let's be real, look how absolutely gargantuan Broly looks in this game. So Goma might be a bit big, but I think they could definitely do him as a playable character, and maybe his moves as well, since they always go back to add more characters, right? So who's to say? They might even do Gloria for a DLC, God forbid. Pansy, oh hell no. Don't do that Sparking Zero stuff. That'll just annoy I think that'll just annoy everyone. I think we can all agree on that. And when it comes to transformations, again, yeah, I imagine they'll stick to universal transformations, so we'll probably not see SJ4 Daimon. We probably won't see anything weird like the Majin Super Saiyan 3 that like Majin Do did, or anything weird like that. There's no new Frieza forms, and don't say Black Frieza, that's manga exclusive. That's never gonna happen. There's nothing new for Earthlings, and the only thing that they had to do for the Namekians, they could have done several DLCs ago and ignored it. So I guess it's just not gonna happen now, maybe? I don't know. If they get really, really bored or really, really desperate, maybe they'll add it, but I think it's very unlikely for transformations aren't universal anymore. And honestly, that's probably a good place to end the video. I rambled on long enough, but to be honest, with Xenoverse 2 entering 2026, the only things we have to look forward to guaranteed are the Future Saga Chapter 4 DLC and whatever the new animated project is going to be, whether it's a movie or, you know, an anime TV show. If it's an anime TV show, that would be peak, because it would mean Xenoverse actually still gets more content, because just like Dragon Ball Super, Xenoverse 2 was at its peak when Super was airing. But if it's a movie project, then we'll probably only get like 1 or 2 DLC packs featuring the movie characters. And then after that, who knows, right? That's when we'll have to start going, yeah, I guess we'll have to look forward to Xenoverse 3, because now there's actually nothing to add to the game. I think that's a solid place to end the video, lads. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, then obviously, again, please leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe, as it greatly supports the channel, and leave a comment down below as to what you fellows would like to see next time. So yeah, that'll be it. I do love you all. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time, gang. Take care, and peace.